Hi everyone, it is time for a new reading vlog, and this is gonna be like a super chill weekend vlog. I just needed to have like a nice chill self-care weekend, and so I'm hoping to read some romances and just some really comforting, wonderful, fun reads, and I decided to bring you along with me. Cause yeah, I mean, I'm working on a lot of like specific reading vlogs, but I just felt like my brain needed a break from the organization and just, do whatever I feel like doing. So that's what's going to be happening. I have some iced chocolate here. Yeah, I'm going to kind of talk about my plans, but just because I feel like it's fun to talk about the plans and I don't want to make myself like stick to it, but I do think I might stick to it. So I want to share it with you. I have 4 books that I feel like are just the perfect mood, the perfect books that I think I need right now. Again, not sure if I'm gonna read all of them, but you get it. It's fine. I need to not worry about it so much. So the stack is this. So I have 3 adult romances, so let's just quickly go through them. A Sweet Mess by J.C. Lee. I have mentioned this book before. I've been wanting to read it for ages. And it is a Rivals to Lovers bakery romance. That's, I think, like all I'm gonna say for now, pretty much all that I know. Then I have Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Rai. This is one of my like most anticipated romances since last year. I have also talked about this, and I love Alicia Rai so much. It's some kind of like a fake dating, the couple goes viral type of situation. And the last adult romance that I have physically that I'm dying to read is Accidentally Engaged by Farah Heron. This is another book that is one of my absolute most anticipated releases of this year, and I just think it's gonna be so good. There's some kind of like a fake engagement and forced proximity. The last book that I have here is not a romance, and that is The White Starlight by Nicole L'Esperance. And like look at how stunning this book is. I just think that this is going to be such a beautiful and sweet story. I don't really know much about it. Oh, I'm now going to shut up and I'll talk to you soon.
Poison study for the rest of the night because I personally don't like reading multiple books at once. So I think
Hi everyone, so it is finally time for an update. It is about 9 p.m. and I have been doing a little bit of reading. I was kind of busy earlier. I was trying to do some work for school, but now I've finally settled down for the evening to read. I have some tea and a candle here. And in case you're wondering, the candle is a Yankee candle called A Night Under the Stars. And I love it. It smells so good. And I actually like have gotten so into candles in the past few months. And I always used to think like, Yankee candles are quite expensive. And I was like, why would I buy such an expensive candle when I can just buy cheap ones? But there is actually really a difference. Like I feel like the Yankee candles last for so much longer and the scents are so nice. And also, I was wondering, question of the day, what is your favorite kind of tea? Like what type? How do you drink it? I'm currently drinking green tea with honey, and I drink a lot of random shit. I don't really I If I had to pick one, I would probably pick this as a favorite, but I don't really have a favorite. Anyway, books. So, I started Lord Holt Takes a Bride by Vivian Loret, maybe? Um, this is a historical romance, and I've just been craving historical romances. And this one was just kind of one that I ran into, and it was on Scribd, and I really wanted an audiobook. So, of course, the first 2 things that I started were none of the things that I actually mentioned earlier. So, the reason was just, I purposely didn't tell you what other like audiobooks or ebooks I wanted to read because there's so many options, but it's still kind of funny. So this is, I don't really know where to even begin with the plot, but basically the heroine is supposed to get married to this guy that she barely knows, doesn't care about, so she wants to basically run away from the wedding. And there's this guy who her friends kind of like end up kidnapping. I only listened to the first 11% and I am a little bit confused. I wasn't really fully able to focus on the audiobook, and so that's kind of why I switched to an ebook that I'm going to talk to you about in a second. But I'm interested in it. I do think it could be fun. We'll see how it goes. I don't dislike it, nor do I love it so far, but I'm not really that far into it, so we'll see. I do love the cover. I just have learned, like, this kind of cover is, I feel like, my favorite kind of historical romance cover, like just the flowers, the pink. I love it. The other book that I switched to is, I checked the title, forgot. But it's by Christina C. Jones. It's gonna be on the screen, and I'm having so much fun. I'm at 31% already. I've been reading for like 20 minutes, and it's a really short novella. It's like 80 pages or something. And Mina from Mina Reads, like in her vlog that she posted today, she talked about it and she read it, she loved it, decided to just jump into that because Mina has great taste, and I feel like I always like the books that she recommends, especially romances. And so I'm having a fucking blast. It's just so fun, so funny, steamy, and just so quick to read. The plot is that the two main characters have been best friends for a long time, and they get drunk and get married in Vegas, and then they wake up and they don't really fully remember what happened, how it happened, and shit goes on from there, and it's just so fun. I love best friends to lovers. And yeah, honestly, that's it. It's super fun, and I'm gonna fly through it, and it's great. I also didn't tell you that it's Friday, so it's fine. I do think I'm gonna do the majority of the reading, on Saturday and Sunday. I'm having a blast, and I'm so fucking excited to keep reading this. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll update you later. Hey everyone, so as you just saw, I just did my makeup. I have been doing a little bit of reading. I finished, did I tell you about finishing? I think I did, right? But if I didn't, I absolutely loved it. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. It was just so much fun. I had a fucking blast reading it. It was just so quick to read, and it was amazing. If you're looking for like a romance novella that is steamy and fun, super easy to get into, and amazing characters, and amazing chemistry, and something that doesn't have a lot of angst, I absolutely recommend it. And then I started Hot as Hades, I think is the name, by Alicia Rai, and I'm so excited. So obviously I want to read Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Rai, but Hot as Hades is a book that Alicia wrote like years ago, and people loved it and everything, but for some reason it just kind of went out of print and it wasn't available to buy anywhere anymore. And I've been waiting for this moment. And the ebook, I don't think it's available like in a physical copy, but the ebook is available everywhere, and I'm so happy I got it immediately, and I'm so fucking excited. I started it. I started 2 books. I started this and I started this. So I haven't made progress with the audiobook. I just kind of was not in the biggest audiobook mood, so I think I'm gonna get to that later in the day. But I started those 2 books, and with both of them, I literally just read the very beginning, like the first chapter or whatever, and I'm already so excited and so invested, which is the best feeling ever. Like when you read the first chapter and you're already having fun, like best thing ever. I love this for me. I'm thriving and I'm so happy. So Hot as Hades is this like Hades and Persephone retelling that is just super steamy and super fun, and the first chapter is already something like it's from the perspective of Hades, and I just can tell this is gonna be so much fun. And with this book, it's the same thing. I literally just read the first chapter and I'm already like, I am here for this. I think this is gonna be so much fun. So the 2 of them, the 2 main characters, become neighbors, and not only that, the hero, Nadim, he basically starts working for the heroine's, what's her name? Rena's dad's, what? Nadim starts working for Rena's dad, and there's this kind of like an arrangement that the 2 of them are supposed to get married. I think it's the dad of Rena that like came up with it. So I'm gonna shut up and I'll talk to you soon. Everyone, it's finally time for an update. It is the next day, and I kind of flopped at talking to you yesterday, and I didn't even read as much as I was planning on. I was just doing other things, and you know, it's fine. I did actually manage to do some reading, so let's just talk about that. So I kind of ended up deciding to DNF Lord Holt Takes a Bride. Is that the name? It wasn't because the book was bad in any way. I only got to like 13% in the end, but I was just a little bit confused. I couldn't focus on it. And since, you know, like all the other things that I was reading or planning on reading were so exciting and I knew I would love them, I was just, you know, like, I'm not gonna read this right now. I might get back to it, and you know, if you had it on your TBR, definitely not gonna tell you not to read it, but I just was not fully vibing with it, and I'm trying to learn to DNF a little bit more. Because I still wanted an audiobook, I switched to Make Up Breakup by Lily Menon, which, in case you didn't know, is the pen name of Sandhya Menon. It's just like a changed name so that readers know this is kind of her adult romance as opposed to the YA that she's been writing, and I am about 30 something percent into it. I am not hating it, I'm not loving it. I absolutely love Sandhya, like her YA books, I adore them. Like I consider her one of my favorite authors. So I was super excited about this, but a lot of people were giving it kind of negative reviews, saying that the heroine is insufferable and that they just didn't love the romance at all. And I'm not hating it, but I'm also not as invested as I would like to be. So the plot is basically that the heroine created this app that is called Makeup, which is just like a dating app, and not exactly like basically a dating app. And the hero in the book created a app called Breakup, which is kind of like a breaking up app. The heroine thinks that he kind of stole her idea because a while ago they just met at this like conference or something, and they hooked up and they discussed like their ideas, and so she was like, he took my idea. It kind of starts there. They, you know, run into each other again, so it's definitely enemies to lovers. And then I finished Hot as Hades by Alicia Rai. I finished it this morning, and I am actually so glad that I kind of took my time reading it because, like, I expected to fly through it in, 2 hours because it's a novella, but I'm so happy that I didn't do that because I loved it so much and I'm giving it 5 stars. It was so fun. It's really, really steamy, but I also felt like the emotional connection between them was so strong. I loved is it called representation? The depiction of Hades and Persephone, just the way that they were here, all the magic. There is kind of like, I really liked that Alicia managed to make the world feel complete. Just the world building and the magic is like, it is definitely like not really focused on that at all, but it still felt fully developed. And it was just so fucking good. I adored it. And I'm so happy that I read it. So it was just absolutely everything. Like, oh my gosh. So if you are looking for a really steamy, super fun Hades and Persephone retelling that is also super short, you need this book in your life. And then Accidentally Engaged, I unfortunately haven't managed to read it just yet, but I'm still planning on doing that. And I'm actually going to be visiting my grandpa with my mom and my sisters, so I can't read physically now, but I'm going to pick another audiobook, not audiobook, I'll pick another ebook, and I have something in mind, but I think I'll talk to you about it later because I might change my mind. So it's finally time for an update. I, yet again, kind of flopped at filming today. I was busy for a lot of the day and I didn't really end up reading much at Grandpa's place. I just could not focus for the life of me, and yeah. But I did just finish Makeup Breakup by Lily Menon, and I have a lot of thoughts, so I thought I would quickly chat about it. And I do think I want to vlog tomorrow at least, or maybe, until Tuesday or something, because I have not made any progress with Accidentally Engaged, because I just, wanted an audiobook, then I needed an ebook and all that shit. But I would feel really ridiculous and sad if I didn't read a single one of the books that I mentioned at the beginning, because, like, I didn't expect to read all of them. I thought I would read two. So I want to read at least one. So Makeup Breakup, I think I'm gonna give it like 3 stars. I did not love the heroine. Annika, I think is her name. But I didn't hate her either. I do think that she was really like mean, and I did think that she was mean a lot of the time for no good reason, and I did not love the way that she like talked with and treated the hero. It just was too much. It went too far, I feel like. But it wasn't like the worst thing ever. Like, I didn't hate her, like I said. I kind of grew to like her at least a little bit. I don't know. I did love the writing. There were a few scenes that were so good. But in general, I just wasn't really interested. I felt like the content between the two main characters, like the actual like romantic or like just any kind of like romance stuff, I felt like there wasn't much of it at all. Like most of the book, they weren't together. So yeah, I didn't love this. It didn't fully work for me, but that being said, if you are super excited to read it, maybe still give it a try. And I still have super high hopes for any adult romance that Lily Menon writes in the future, because again, I love her books in general so much. Everyone, so it is time for an update. It has been a few days and I just have been feeling really weird. Reading has been kind of weird, and I have been putting this ridiculous weird pressure on myself to read Accidentally Engaged in this video, and I am super excited for it and I do want to read it. I do want to vlog about it, but the pressure that I had made me feel super weird and anxious, so I think I should just chill the fuck out. And I know this means that I will not have read all the books that I talked about at the beginning of the video, but my brain was not in the right mood for physical books. It's completely fine. So I have been reading a book that I want to talk to you about and will finish, and so that I can, talk about that and then wrap up this video. But Accidentally Engaged is gonna get read in a video, in a different one soon. But the book that I have been reading is Let's Get Textual by Tegan Hunter, and I'm loving it. I'm about halfway through listening to the audiobook, and it is so fun. So from the cover and the title, I expected this to be just like a steamy romance, but it's actually so cute, and I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like romantic and sweet and funny, and the two main characters basically accidentally text each other on, the guy basically has puts in the wrong number in his phone, and then they text each other, and then they keep on texting, and they basically like become friends, and then it grows into more, and it's just so fun and really funny and charming and just so lighthearted. There's also a baby goat, and so it's just so fucking cute. And there's also obviously a lot of texting in here, which is something I absolutely love. Like, texting or letters are some of my absolutely favorite things in books. So if you have any recommendations of that, please tell me in the comments down below. I am planning on at some point doing a video recommendation for that, but I feel like I don't have enough books yet, so I need to find more. But I'm thriving. I don't know if I said that I'm halfway through, so I am probably just gonna listen to the rest of it tonight. Hi everyone, so it is time to wrap up my thoughts on Let's Get Textual and finally end the vlog. So I finished it last night and I had so much fun with it. I think it's a 4-star for me. It was just so lighthearted, so funny and fun, and so quick to read. And I really loved the characters. I loved the texting elements. And it was just a really great time, and I needed something light like that. So if you're looking for a lighthearted read that is just super fun, funny, and chill, and a little bit steamy, I absolutely recommend this. Again, I don't know if I actually said it's available on Kindle Unlimited as well as Scribd as an audiobook. And yeah, so I think that's all the thoughts I have about that. I didn't fully love the third act conflict. I didn't love how all of that was dealt with, but it wasn't the worst. So yeah, so I will definitely be reading the next book in the series very soon, and so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, again, I'm really sorry that I didn't read any of the books that I had on the physical TBR. I just have been not feeling the best, but hopefully soon I will be able to read them. I am super excited, so I do think I will be able to. And yeah, next time I'll just not make plans, maybe. We'll see. But just in general, if a book is on the thumbnail, there's a high chance I read it in the video and finish it in the video. So if you don't see a book in a thumbnail and then I mention it in a video, chances are I'm not gonna read it. If you made it this far in the video, leave a candle emoji down below, cause why not? And yeah, thank you for watching and have a great day, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!